Hey guys, it's Otto. How you doing? Welcome to Moonic Productions 3.0. Things have finally been constructed to the point where I can actually show you guys around. So let's have a little tour, shall we? So Moonic Productions 3.0 is basically a gigantic room with space for a desk, drums, guitars, someday guitar amps. That could be pretty fun. The logo is on the wall with LED lights surrounding it. It's just really bizarre. It is so different from the apartment, you know? Like, it's really different. Full floor white carpet, which helps with the acoustics a little bit more. The walls are gray, as they have been in all the studio setups. Kind of on brand, I guess. Enough yapping. Let's look at the gear. The exciting gear we have here. First of all, any of the gear that I show in this video, most of it is under a Thomann affiliate link, meaning that if you buy anything from Thomann, I'll get a small commission. If you do that, thank you for the support. Thomann ships to the US as well and worldwide. Could have just said worldwide instead of... You know what I mean. So first of all, we have the Buso Audio Artist 88 desk. I love this thing. It is incredible. We've got all kinds of really juicy hardware units in here. There's space for a MIDI controller under the desk, which is really nice. Then there's the elevated section where you can put the monitor and the speakers. And then the unit space in the middle, I thought it'd be cool to have a black panel there and then have the Moonic Productions logo as a sticker in the middle. I thought that was really cool. So let's look at the gear that's on the desk. So first of all, we've got the handy dandy trusty Genelec 8040Bs. They're the white ones. I like to have this white aesthetic, as you notice in the studio. It's really bright and white, and they're just incredible. I love Genelec speakers. I've been sporting them for a long time. Finnish company. I'm from Finland, so that's really cool. Really loving those things. Then we have the Focal Listen Professional headphones. I love these things. I used to have Audio-Technica headphones, but I love these. These are just so good. I could not recommend those more. Then we got a keyboard and a mouse. Essential information. Then this one's really nice. The Arturia Keylab 49. I've had this for a long time. This one's an older version. If you want to get the newer version, that's in my gear list in the Thomann link underneath. So go check that one out. It's got the keys, it's got the pads, it's got faders, all the essential stuff. Let's look at the unit. So first of all, we've got this Furman power conditioner. It's the M10X. All of the units run into that. Then we have the Empirical Labs EL8 Distressor, which is a compressor. That rhymed. And it's got the nuke mode to get complete compression destruction. I love to use this to soften my vocals when they go into the DAW. Oh, I bumped the mic. Side note, I use Pro Tools as my primary DAW. I've used Logic Pro before. Then we've got the Neve 1073. I got it used and it's a beast. It's a preamp. You can use the preamp to saturate vocals, or even you can even plug in a guitar to the thing and saturate the hell out of it, and you can get a really neat fuzz sound out of it. So it's really fun. Then we've got the Apollo X6, which is an audio interface. It is a beaut. Having all this hardware is really nice, but I just really got to emphasize this is you are golden. If you have like a Focusrite Claret 4 Pre, I still have mine. I use it when I'm kind of going about outside of the studio to do projects, but that one is killer. And I used that thing for years, just pristine quality. Just wanted to point that out there. You don't need to have just millions and millions of things. Like, you can get so much out of a minimalist setup. Then we've got the Shure SM7B microphone. It's attached to one of these Rode PSA 1 Plus microphone arms, and it's really nice. It's handy dandy. You can move it around. I'm not going to move it around right now because we're making this. We'll do it. Loving this microphone. It's kind of an industry standard for metal vocals. It's excellent. Lastly, some final details of the desk. We've got an Asus monitor that I use. Got a nice wide gray mouse mat for mouse action, as well as a little headphone stand over here where I place the headphones, obviously, as well as my guitar cable. The chair is some kind of an ergo chair from Amazon. I don't think they sell them anymore, just some kind of a cheap ergo chair. It's really cool. Then we've got the guitar stand over there. It's behind the microphone. Isn't this awesome? B-roll time. The guitar stand is the Gravity Vari G7, and then you can see there is an Ibanez Fireman FRM250, the Paul Gilbert reverse Iceman model. I really like that guitar because I play right-handed guitars upside down, the lefty way. Strings are upside down. People ask about this a lot, so that's how I play. And the reverse Iceman is great because there's no wood that gets in the way, and it works like a left-handed Iceman for me, so it's very practical. Then I got a Lackland Skyline 4464 bass. I couldn't find this bass on Thomann, unfortunately, so that's not in my gear list, but that's the one I use. It's a nice bass because it combines the P bass and the jazz bass together, so it's a nice little Frankenstein that I like to play. The acoustic guitar is a Martin DSS, DSS-15M, which is just phenomenal. I've been using an Ibanez acoustic guitar for a long time, then I had an Alvarez guitar way back, and this one is just incredible. It is so damn good. There's not a lot of EQing you have to do with that thing. The guitar stand is missing something. What might that be? Well, that is the Yamaha SG600 guitar, the Les Paul Killer. The Yamaha SG600 is a vintage guitar, and it's not in my Thomann list either, but I found an equivalent which is similar. It's kind of like a reissue type of deal. But this one is great. I used to play Les Pauls for quite some time, but I play, upside down, and I didn't want to get a lefty guitar. so I got a right-handed Yamaha SG with a double cutaway, and I always kind of fantasized about having a guitar that combines the look of an SG and a Les Paul, and goddamn. I think this was built in 1979. The drums. Finally got drums. I'm so happy to have drums. I've always been playing a little bit of drums now and then, and finally have a drums. It's incredible. I love it. I love it. It's the Roland VAD 307. Then we got the V-Drums Matte. It's the TDM 20. Last but not least, the Tama Iron Cobra double bass pedal. They're the HP 200s. Almost forgot the violin. It's the Mingzhengzhu 905 violin, ordered it directly from China. Now let's move on to the panels. So there's 3 types of different panels. They're all by Acoustic. We got the bass traps, which are the Acoustic Super Bass Extreme. Then we got the Cinema Round panels, which are plain, no graphics on them. Then we've got the Wave Wood panels. I think it's really cool because they kind of match the Moonic Productions logo. Now let's move on to something that you guys don't really see much at all. So my Pedalboard. I don't even remember what I have, so I gotta go check it out. So, beat up and dusty, full of grime from shows and touring. Got the Dunwich DA120, which is just beautiful Sleep's Dope Smoker tone. Then we got the Fuzzlord FZ2. If you want to get Electric Wizard, that's Electric Wizard in a box. Then we got the TC Electronics Flashback 2 pedal with all kinds of different delay settings. It's really, really nice and small. My tuner is a TC Electronics Polytune 3 Mini. Again, great for the compactness of it all. Ooh, then the octave pedal. I like to use the octave pedal for the corn sound and all kinds of other fun stuff live. It's the good old Electro Harmonix Pog Nano. Again, compact, nice and tiny. And simple. Simple is good as well. I like to run 2 amps at the same time live to get just complete utter destruction and lack of safety. So I use the Electro Harmonix Switchblade Plus AB pedal to get both amps at once, or take one out and then punch in both. This is a great segue to amps. I don't have any amps in the studio at all. I use Guitar Rig 6 for my amp sounds at the studio, mostly. But I have amps. I love amps. My current amps are in band practice. As you guys might know, I'm a huge fan of Orange amps. I've had all kinds of Orange amps throughout the years, and I've stuck with the Orange AD30 and the Matt Amp GT1. And they absolutely slay with the Dunwich DA120. And of course the cabs. You need cabs. How can you play amps without cabs? Well, you can. But you know what? Cabs look cool, and things that aren't cabs, cabn't. joke of the day. So yeah, I used the orange 4x12 and a Metamp 4x12. Then outside of the studio, I got a little bit of storage space with miscellaneous things like guitar strings, other pedals or microphones. So let's go through those. Got the Proco Rat. How can you live without a rat? That thing slays. Very similar to the Dunwich DA120 pedal. Actually, it's really damn good. Could not recommend that one more. I use Fender and Elixir strings. The Fender ones are the 3150Ms. They work great, and I change strings quite often. I beat the living hell out of the strings, especially live. For pricier strings, I like the Elixir Nano Web ones. I like the ones that are nickel plated. My sweat is like acid and it just wears off the strings, so it's nice to have those too. I use Dunlop Jazz 3 XL picks. Those are amazing. They're very, very hard and not very flexible. So those are really great. TC Electronics Ditto Looper. That one's really fun. I don't use it frequently, but it's really fun if you want to get creative. You can, loop a little riff and then doodle stuff on top and create music. It's really fun. All kinds of other stuff like a Flight ukulele, a Dunlop Trigger Capo or Capoo. Seen that in the Slayer videos a lot. It's pretty metal, right? Then there's the smaller interfaces, like I mentioned before, there's the Focusrite Claret for Pre, as well as a PreSonus audio interface. I haven't used that in a long time. Still got it though. Microphones, still got my Shure SM57, of course. Then I got an AKG C414 and a C214. Cannot recommend the 214 enough. That one is a great microphone. Excellent for the money. And there's just other things I don't know if I need to mention, like shakers and like a guide on how to use the distressor. just this kind of stuff. So microphone bags, just bags. Gotta have a pair of bags, Finally, I'd like to go through some other details in the studio. So I got LED lights behind the desk, as well as LED lights circling the Moonic Productions styrofoam logo. I can switch the colors. If I want to go Slayer, I'll do this. And if I want to go Care Bears, I can do this. Let's leave that on. Other details include the Moonic Productions sign on the door. The door is a decibel door. I have a ring light I use for the videos. I don't have a lot of lights for videos. I just use the ring light for now. Lots of lights up here, as you might have noticed. I'll even switch them off these days because it's not always the most metal option, Camera, I use the Canon 700D. Oh, and also the computer, the MacBook Air 13-inch M1. What else? White panels in the ceiling. Those have been installed. Curtains over there. Curtains. Look at me pull it down. Didn't do shit. Got a couple of K&M guitar stands up front near the desk so I can just grab a bass or a guitar if I'm right in the zone. Got a heating unit over there. Running out of things to say. Baseboards. I guess a last little detail that's just kind of fun is there's a little switch next to the door which I can flick on and off, and that just turns on and off all the power. Like that. That's it. So I hope you enjoyed the studio tour. Like always, videos coming out every Saturday, 8 p.m. finish time. Haven't forgotten that one. And we keep going forward. It's been an exciting journey. It's exciting to have hit over 60,000 subscribers. I've been doing YouTube since 2006, but Moonic Productions existed for 5 years now. So that is pretty wild. To reach that milestone. I'm really excited. I'm happy you guys dig the Slayer stuff. That's been booming, so that's fun. Anyway, guys, let's wrap this up. Hope you have an awesome week, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Otto signing out.